You are looking at the Vatican. We have an update on the Pope's health this hour. Officials say he remains in a stable condition a day after suffering a respiratory crisis. He has also spent long periods of the day off of the ventilator that was required earlier. And even though he's been in hospital for going on 2 weeks now, just a few days ago from that very hospital where he's being treated, the Pope announced the appointment of a new Archbishop of Vancouver. His name is Richard Smith, and he joins us now from Edmonton. Archbishop, thank you for making time for us today.
Glad to be with you.
Archbishop, I want to talk to you a bit about the Pope in just a moment and what he means to you, but talk to me about how does someone get a call to say, hey, you're the new Archbishop of Vancouver? How did you find out? What was that moment like?
Well, it's just like that. You get a phone call. There's a whole process of discernment that goes on in the background over a period of time. That consultation results in a series of recommendations that go to the Holy Father. He makes the decision, and then when his decision is communicated to his representative here in the country, that representative, we call him the Apostolic Nuncio, makes the call to the one who's been appointed. So it was last Friday that, well, I say like a bolt from the blue, I just got this call telling me that he had named me the Archbishop of Vancouver.
And did you know this was coming?
Did not have a clue. Total surprise.
Oh, okay, so walk me through the emotions then.
That's the way it works in this life. I beg your pardon?
Walk me through the emotions then.
Mixed, I'd say. I've been here in the Archdiocese of Edmonton for close to 18 years. And so in a period of time like that, you develop a lot of good relationships. I've come to appreciate this area, the people, their commitment to the church and so on. So it's more than a little difficult to let go of all of that, I must admit. At the same time, it's a new mission. It's something entirely new for me. I will get to know the Vancouver area, get to know the people there, get to know the history, and start the whole process of learning with them how we're going to carry forward the mission of the church. And so in that perspective, I'm very much looking forward to the new adventure.
Let me ask you about your feelings about being appointed by this Pope at this moment where, at least today, it sounds like it's getting better. But we've all been on edge for the past few days, not knowing what is going to happen with the Pope, considering his health, his age, the types of ailments that are plaguing him at this moment. If this is one of his final acts as the Pope of the Catholic Church, what does that mean for you?
Well, I think, first of all, it's always difficult to say that this is among the final acts. With this particular Pope, he has shown throughout his papacy a remarkable resiliency, I'd say, a real determination to do what he feels the Lord is calling to do with whatever gifts, whatever strength he has provided. We saw that determination here in Canada, if you recall, when he came for the papal visit to visit the Indigenous peoples. That was at a time when he was canceling many, many international trips because of his ailing health. And yet he had made a promise to the Indigenous peoples to come here to Canada, to be with them on their land. He knew how important that would be to them. And so in spite of his difficulties, he was absolutely resolute and did come here to Canada. So the Pope is continuing to show a remarkable resiliency, a desire to serve with whatever conditions he finds himself in.
Archbishop, did you have a chance to meet him when he was here in Canada?
Oh, certainly. Yeah, he came here to Edmonton, first of all. And so I was able to host him here, and I would have meetings with him, meals with him regularly throughout his visit. It was a remarkable close-up look at the man. Apart from that resilience, I was able to watch the way that he related to the Indigenous peoples, how his heart was really, really open to them. He listened with that heart. He allowed himself to be impacted by what he was hearing. And he demonstrated to them, and I dare say he also demonstrated to the country, the primary importance that we all need to be giving to reconciliation, to bridge building, to unity. That has marked his papacy. It was on particular display here in Canada, something that I learned from, close up, but I would hope it's something that we can all take to heart as we're moving forward into our own particular histories.
Archbishop, we have less than a minute, but can we talk a bit about this need for reconciliation at a moment where it seems everything that's happening around us is so antagonistic?
That's precisely the lesson, I would say. Our world seems increasingly antagonistic, angry, a lot of bitterness, a lot of division, and we seem generally to have lost the ability even to listen to one another respectfully. What the Pope has demonstrated to us, particularly in his relationship with Indigenous peoples, is let's take seriously the call to be reconciled. Let's learn to honor one another's dignity, listen to one another's stories, and really walk together, make a commitment to walk together along the path of healing, unity, and reconciliation.
Richard Smith is the newly appointed Archbishop of Vancouver. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Very welcome.